Sometimes a single weekend can tell you everything you need to know about the state of a government. And boy, this past weekend was one of them. It really pulled back the curtain on an administration that doesn't just have political opponents, it seems to be at war with itself.
Okay, let's just dive right in with this quote, because it perfectly captures the mood in Washington and, frankly, around the world. This wasn't just another bumpy news cycle. This felt like the wheels were coming off in real time. And we're going to break down exactly how it all went down.
So, first up, our first case file. It's all about a so-called peace plan for Ukraine that just appeared out of thin air. It created this massive wave of confusion and raised one huge question that, it turns out, no one in power seemed to be able to answer.
Seriously, whose plan was this? Was it an American proposal to try and end the war? Was it, like some people were screaming, just a Russian wish list, gift-wrapped for Washington? Or was it something else entirely? For a few days there, getting a straight answer from the administration was, well, pretty much impossible.
And this is where it gets just wild. Take a look at this timeline and how fast the official story completely fell apart. So last week, the plan leaks, the VP is all for it. Okay, by Wednesday, the Secretary of State is already backing away. Then on Friday, the president jumps in with both feet. But the real chaos, the absolute peak, was on Saturday, when the story didn't just change once, it changed twice in a matter of hours.
So here's what happened. On Saturday morning, key senators at this big security conference said that Secretary of State Rubio told them this in a private meeting. Seemed pretty clear, right? The administration was totally disowning the plan, calling it a Russian plan. Case closed.
Not so fast. Just a few hours later, Rubio's own department puts out this statement, calling what the senators said blatantly false. I mean, they completely contradicted the senators, which means they were also contradicting their own boss. It was this incredible public reversal that left everyone wondering, what on earth is going on?
And while the administration was doing this chaotic flip-flop on who even wrote the plan, you had senior figures in their own party, people like Mitch McConnell, ringing the alarm bells about what was actually in the plan. So you've got total chaos over where it came from and total chaos over what it said.
And then, boom, the mystery was solved. Reporters figured it out. The plan didn't come from the State Department. It didn't come from any official channels at all. Turns out, it was cooked up in a back-channel meeting involving the president's envoy, his son-in-law, and a sanctioned Russian official. And the key agencies, the State Department, the National Security Council, they were reportedly kept completely in the dark.
All right, let's shift gears to our next case file, because this whole mess with foreign policy isn't happening in a vacuum. It's really just a symptom of this deep, widening crack that's forming inside the Republican Party itself.
And this right here is the perfect example of the political whiplash. I mean, one minute, the president is hitting New York's new mayor-elect with the harshest language you can imagine. The next, after one friendly meeting, he's praising him. This kind of 180-degree turn just left so many of his most loyal supporters totally baffled, basically asking, what's the mission here?
Well, this was the breaking point for one of his absolute fiercest allies, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. She announced she was resigning. And in her statement, wow. She did not hold back, pointing the finger directly at the president she had defended for so long.
Her resignation letter was just this laundry list of grievances. She talks about being frustrated with the establishment, but the really stunning part is her admission that she was afraid the president himself would fund a primary challenger to, in her words, destroy her. Now, this isn't just one person leaving Congress. This is a massive crack appearing in the very foundation of the MAGA movement.
As if all of that wasn't enough drama for one weekend, a third crisis was unfolding at the exact same time. This one involved a key cabinet member and a direct challenge to the integrity of America's scientific institutions.
So let's just walk through this, because how they did it is pretty fascinating. The health secretary makes a promise to a senator so he can get confirmed for the job. But then he personally orders a change that completely undermines the spirit of that promise. It's this clever little workaround. They technically kept the original text, but they added new, scientifically unsupported language. Critics basically say it was designed to mislead the public while giving him plausible deniability.
A lot of people saw this as a clear act of deception, which led to this incredibly blunt moment on national TV. I mean, when a journalist can just flatly tell the chairman of the Senate Health Committee that a cabinet secretary lied to him, the normal rules of the game have been tossed out the window.
And get this whole professional controversy over scientific integrity is happening at the same time as this deeply personal and explicit scandal that, let's be honest, in almost any other administration would have been an immediate career ender, all on its own.
It's just another layer of chaos on top of chaos.
Okay, so a rogue peace plan, a party tearing itself apart, cabinet scandals. What does this trifecta of chaos actually add up to? Why does this one weekend matter so much beyond just the crazy headlines?
Well, here's how the rest of the world is seeing it. One diplomat described a U.S. government that isn't really a single entity anymore, but more like a collection of rival factions, all making policy in secret from each other. For America's allies and enemies, that is a deeply unstable and unpredictable situation.
And that's the bottom line, right? This isn't just DC drama. It has real, tangible consequences. It damages our credibility on the world stage, it creates paralysis and confusion at home, and it pumps even more instability into our system. But maybe the most important thing is that it erodes public trust. And when that trust in our core institutions starts to disappear, it becomes nearly impossible to solve the big problems that affect all of us. And so all of this leaves us with one final and I think critical question. When power is this fragmented, when cabinet members are openly contradicting each other, and when the government can't even seem to agree on its own policies, it forces all of us to ask, who is actually in charge?